number of incentives are publicly available for local businesses that operate in various industries. The Investment Aid Tax Credit Scheme is designed to incentivize and facilitate initial investment projects by encouraging the setting up of new establishments and the development, upgrading and expansion of existing businesses. This incentive can take the form of either investment tax credits or cash grants, or even a mix of both. The attractiveness of the investment aid tax credit lies in the fact that these can be set off directly against the tax liability of the beneficiary in any year or in subsequent years. To put things into perspective, when we are speaking about industries within the context of the investment aid tax credits, we are referring to companies engaged in the manufacturing, tourism, information technology, pharmaceuticals, and provision of private healthcare, amongst others.
Upon application, one must also keep in mind that, apart from operating in the specific industry as mentioned before, beneficiaries must also satisfy certain fundamental criteria in order to be entitled for this specific incentive. For example, as a starting point, entitlement to this incentive is largely dependent on whether you are a small, a medium, or a large size enterprise. The determination of the size of the enterprise requires a group-wide analysis with reference to partner and linked enterprises, rather than taking into consideration the enterprise in isolation. This exercise, which can sometimes be quite complex, is central to the application process, as, apart from eligibility, it also impacts the percentage aid intensity which the beneficiary may be entitled to claim. Other conditions which one must keep in mind is the fact that the beneficiary's activities must fall within a predefined qualifying MACE code, and, equally important, the activities must not be engaged in any of the disqualifying activities as set out in the guidelines. So now you might be asking yourself, how are these investment tax credits calculated? Well, in a nutshell, investment tax credits are calculated with reference to the beneficiary's investment in tangible and/or intangible assets or on the employee's wages, subject to the satisfaction of certain criteria as prescribed in the applicable guidelines and regulations.
Ideally, one should start exploring the applicability of the investment tax credits at incorporation. Having said that, this does not mean that established companies are at any disadvantage, as there may be restructuring opportunities to consider to still reap the full benefits from the applicability of this scheme. This scheme could be of interest both for established companies who are looking to grow their business, as well as those who are still in their early stages.